Hi everyone, I'm Helen Daniel and I'm here today with the lovely Katy Hudson. Hi Katy.
Hello, nice to see you.
Hi. Katy has just completed her 21-day gut health program and she's very kindly agreed to share her story with us all and just tell us a little bit about her journey through the 21 days. But before we go on to do that, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what the 21-day program is all about. Basically, it's about eating a clean and healthy diet, and you take a selection of supplements which have been scientifically put together to give you a gut health reset and reboot and improve your gut health overall. It's also about breaking some habits, bad eating habits, and creating some new habits, and just giving your gut a little bit of a holiday and helping it to heal. There's no doubt that there's been so much research and it's very much in the mainstream media now about the importance of gut health and how it affects you both physically, emotionally and mentally. It really is a real key area of medicine now, and there's no doubt that there's been lots of research showing the connection between all sorts of conditions, everything from sort of Alzheimer's, obviously with obesity, with dementia. It's also got IBS and Crohn's. So there's a really a lot of research that's gone into that. So that's a little bit about sort of what the 21-day, in a very quick nutshell, what it does. So Katy did the plan. She's literally just finished. So Katy, what I'd like to do first of all is to go back 21 days and for you to share with us exactly what some of your issues were and why you felt that you would like to do the plan.
Yeah, so several things really. A big one that is that I've suffered with IBS for many years now actually, and I felt that it was quite acute at the going into the program. I recognised that there were food choices that I were making that were aggregating things, but I didn't know exactly which bits were which and those sorts of things. And so I thought it'd be really good to restart it and then gradually introduce things and see how that worked as well. So that was a really big driver for me. Also, I'm a woman of a certain age, and I'd in more recent years I'd gained weight and found it more difficult to shift weight. So whilst I know this isn't a weight loss program as such, I was hoping that this was going to kickstart something for me, that there would be some initial progress and that would sort of spur me on to do other things. And then also wanted to see whether things might help with menopause symptoms. And yeah, just really just wanting to do something really proactive to try and reset myself and start again, really.
Yeah. I think you also mentioned, probably more on the results call than right at the beginning, but you actually have quite a sweet tooth.
Oh yes, definitely. Always have a sugarholic. Absolutely love chocolate and a biscuit and things like that. And I think when work is stressful, I sort of get to that certain point, and because I work from home, got into really bad habits of going downstairs, reaching into the biscuit tin or grabbing, something sweet and tasty.
Yeah.
And then I'd get these real sort of sugar dips and sugar highs and those sorts of things, which wasn't really helping with energy levels.
No. So what inspired you to do the plan? Was there anything in particular?
Well, I'd been thinking about doing various things and I'd explored various options, and actually was away with some really dear friends over a weekend, and my friend Pete shared that he'd done this program with you. And I was really sort of inspired by what he talked about, and that just made me think, yeah, this seems like a good thing to go with. And I'd looked at other things, I'm not going to name them, but that perhaps are a bit bigger and out there. And what I liked about this program was that there was a person that I would be talking to, that you would be there as my mentor, that there'd be sort of the opportunity for me to ask questions via WhatsApp, and if I needed anything along those lines, and then that sort of really personal check-in at the start, check in at the end, and the sort of that really appealed to me, because sometimes I'm not apps
Yeah.
don't tend to work as well for me. I'm
No,
a bit
no.
more, yeah.
Yeah. So did you have any reservations to sort of when you first started doing the plan? I know you were very committed, but did you have any reservations?
Yeah, I'm a person, so like the whole shake idea, that just I'm not anyone that's ever really liked milkshake. I know these aren't milkshakes, but I've never really been a person that likes milkshakes and that sort of a drink. And I just thought, oh, it's going to be dire and I'm going to hate that week. And it's just going to, because there's 3 stages.
Yeah,
So, you kick in and then you go into the sort of middle week as a real sort of shake, and you use that for breakfast and lunch. And I thought, I'm going to hate that week. It's going to be dreadful. And I actually liked that week the most of the program. I was so surprised by that. I did not feel hungry at all, didn't have any sugar cravings at all. I found
but yeah, just before we go into all that,
yeah,
that was some of the results. So I know that you said you just there wasn't particularly any reservations, but apart from that particular one, so you were pretty committed. So you've just kind of started diving into the results. So,
sorry,
yeah, go
I got
on.
ahead of myself.
No, absolutely. Just go for it and just share exactly the results that you did get, because you did get some really great results.
Yeah, so obviously we're asked to measure sort of waist and hips and things before we start, and our weight, our blood pressure. Um, and actually, I did lose sort of 5 centimeters around my sort of waist and hip area from the start to the beginning of the program. I had thought that I'd only lost 2.5 kilograms, but actually I've lost 3.5
Yeah,
kilograms.
I know, that was such
Um,
a great result.
yeah, I don't know what happened between when I waited yesterday and today, but I kept getting on the scales and checking again. But I was pleased because I felt that there'd been more progress, and it maybe just was the timing of when I weighed in
Yeah,
yesterday. But
yeah,
yeah, and that's that. Yeah, it's not a huge amount, but actually, it's a really good start. And in a
definitely,
3-week
definitely.
period to have done that, just really sort of has inspired me to sort of want to take things further. My IBS symptoms, I just can't explain. They've just gone, really. It's been quite incredible to me. So I had an overactive bowel, so and lots of feelings of urgence, and needing to get to the loo, and those sorts of things, and I haven't had anything like that at all since the start of the plan. It's just been
Brilliant.
completely different, back to sort of what I would call normal toileting habits, which it seems like such a long time ago that I had those, and so that has been so
That's fantastic.
encouraging.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm really pleased for you on that one,
yeah.
definitely.
And I think the upper digestive tract stuff, I think since menopause, that had become to be more of an issue. That wasn't something that I experienced a lot of in the past, but that has definitely calmed down. And there were certain things that I ate that were within the plan, but actually perhaps, like the red meat once a week or something like that, I could feel the difference in my body. And sort of that digestion was, my body was finding that more difficult to digest than other things. And so I was experiencing different results. So I'm starting to understand more about what foods will work better for me moving forward, etc. So I can sort of adjust my diet.
Yeah,
So that's really encouraging. And yeah, I think my energy levels definitely seem higher. I sort of put it into like my spin class, so I literally, on the morning I started my spin class, I had the usual feelings of, I'll get about 10 minutes into it, I'm exhausted, I'm bright red in the face and dripping with sweat, and I think, oh, I really wish this was over now. But each week I was getting to sort of 3/4 of the way through the class and thinking, oh, it's 3/4 of the way through the class, and I'm feeling good. And so that was really good. And I
I
think my
thought that
mood.
there was, what was the thing you shared about, was it an event that you went to about the chocolate and sweets?
Oh yes, yeah, that
That
was
was
amazing,
a big
because
one.
being the sugarholic that I am, or maybe I'm not anymore. Yeah, being that way inclined, whenever I do these events normally and we're on a stand and I'm giving out goodie bags and there's sweets and chocolate everywhere, and what I find myself doing is, when there's a lull for a bit of energy level, just reaching for the little chocolate bar or reaching for the spoiled sweet, and I've consumed loads of them by the end of the day. I had absolutely no desire. I was stood on a stand from sort of like 8 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon with a load of sweet treats in front of me. I wasn't even tempted to pick one
That's
up, which
fantastic.
you know, and the drives up and down, you know, driving from sort of Buckinghamshire up to Manchester and stopping on motorway services, I just thought, oh, you know, I'll probably succumb and buy something easy, but I didn't, and I just had no desire to. So it's just finding different snacks that filled me up, and yeah, it was good.
And I think that's a lot of what when you're going through the program, is that you do learn to go and look for different, more healthy, more nutritious foodstuffs, and you know, and there are lots of choices out there. You just have to be a bit more mindful, and I know that's definitely something that you have embraced as well during the
Yeah, and I didn't like you send the daily emails with some little suggestions on things that you can do and some links to sort of things, and I made some of the sort of buckwheat crackers or whatever it was that were there, and I tried some of the, oh, that was my favorite, and I've done them quite a few times, the banana and banana pancakes.
Everybody loves the banana pancakes.
Lovely, lovely, really nice. That helps with if you've got a sweet tooth, that you feel like you're having quite a luxurious breakfast, when actually it's richly a banana omelette, isn't it? Really, with a teeny bit of pea flour in it, but it just felt really good. So you know, and that's going to be something that I will eat a lot, not a lot, but
yeah, no, I know.
When everyone else is having a full English, I'll have one of those.
Do you know what, Katy? I'm really delighted for you. I think you know, you should be patting yourself on the back. You know, you've gone through the plan, you've stuck with it, which I think is fantastic. And you know, congratulations to the extra little bit of weight that you lost as well, because I know we talked yesterday and it was 2.5. Excuse me. And so you've lost a little bit more today. And you know, going forward, you've decided to take the next step and take on another program, the Biome Core program, and I'm sure you will continue to get good results and fantastic results with your IBS. So you know, you should be absolutely chuffed to bits with those results. I think they're fantastic. So if anybody's watching this and they know you, would you be happy to talk to anybody about the program?
Do get in contact with me and we can chat, and I can put you in contact with Helen if you know you'd like to take this forward. I came through on a recommendation, and I'm really grateful to Pete for doing that, because it has made a big difference for me. And yeah, so
yeah. Cool. And if anybody's kind of sitting on the fence, or you know, listening to this thinking, oh, is this right for me, what would your advice be?
Everybody comes at this from a different perspective, but I think if you're thinking about it, you're probably wanting to make a change, and sometimes you've just got to take a leap and do it. And you know, I sort of was half doing other things and half doing that, and then getting really demotivated because it wasn't really working and I couldn't really be bothered with it all. And actually sometimes you do, I wouldn't say this is like, I think I thought it was more radical than it was. So actually it might feel radical going on quite a restrictive diet for 3 weeks, but actually when you're doing it, it doesn't feel like that. So it's not that bad, and it's actually quite fun to think about food in a different way. So go for it. That's what I would say to you.
Brilliant. Katy, thank you very much for sharing your story, and I'm sure it will inspire others to hopefully take up the plan. So just as a quick recap and a quick summary, you know, Katy's just done this 21-day gut health program, which is basically about eating a clean diet, supported by 5 different supplements to help reboot and repopulate your gut with good bacteria, and it really does make a difference. So thank you very much again for sharing your story. It's been an absolute pleasure to support you through the program, and I look forward to talking to you again in 30 days or so about how you got on with the Biome Core. So keep up the great work. I'm sure you will do, and thank you very much for sharing your story.
It's great to see you, Helen. Thanks ever so much for your support.
Lovely, thank you.